I'm a professional specialist in tasting Mandi's food. That's what I do for a living.
Welcome back to the channel, Throwdown lovers. My God, the samosa video. You guys, thank you so much for sending me a lot of like screenshots or like pictures of you guys throwing it down. A huge shout out to Marianne, Christine, Nduta. They're the ones who messaged me to let me know that the samosa recipe was just bomb. I'm gonna be showing you in this video 3 ways to make chicken wings with 3 different sauces. And I'm not gonna talk much. I just wanna get into it so you guys can see how delicious these things are. The best part is I'm with my girl Nancy. You know we gonna eat that shit up. First things first, we're gonna start with our first set of wings. We've already preheated our oven, and we're gonna go in and just pour in about half a cup of balsamic vinegar. We're gonna add in 1 tablespoon of honey. You can of course reduce this if you do not want them too sweet. Just gonna mix that up really well. You can of course taste this to adjust it to how you want it. Just gonna taste it. Wow, it tastes lovely. I'm gonna add in 1 more other tablespoon of honey because I like mine slightly sweet. If you have a whisk, it's even better to use a whisk for this. I'm just using the spoon because I started off with it. So make sure you mix it in well until your honey has dissolved into your balsamic. And of course, keep tasting to adjust to how you'd like it. We're gonna go ahead and crush our garlic cloves in here. You can add in 1, 2, 3, 4, whichever amount you like. I'm definitely gonna be adding in about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic in here. And place in our chicken wings in here. This is 1/4 of the kilo that we're using. I'm just gonna score the meat lightly, just so that the marinade can penetrate through. Which I had to sprinkle 3/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and then 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Going to mix this in, and then we're gonna take our marinade. I'm gonna place the wings in there. We're also going to add in some rosemary. This is some fresh rosemary, and we're just gonna let this sit as we prepare the next batch of wings. We are going to be extracting this tamarind. It's gonna be super simple. We're gonna take this, we're gonna place it into this bowl. And you can do this overnight with cold water because I'm gonna be making some tamarind sauce right now. I'm gonna be using hot water. I'm going to cover it. Last night I had strained some tamarind. Now this is what you're gonna need to do. You're gonna soak it until it's completely like brown, like this color. You're gonna break apart the seeds and everything, and then you're gonna strain it. When you strain it, whatever you strain out of this water, the final product is going to look like this. We're gonna add in just half a tablespoon of some olive oil. To make this barbecue sauce, you're gonna need some white onion. We need these onions to sweat, so we're just gonna sprinkle in some salt. And we are gonna stir that around. And we're cooking on medium-high heat. So just let them brown. Add in our Worcestershire sauce. This is 1/4 cup, so we're just gonna let it cook just a bit, and then we're gonna add in our ketchup. But when it comes to ketchup, you can use Heinz. If you live in Nairobi, you can use Peptone. Of course, we're gonna stir this around. It already smells so good. We're gonna be adding in 1 of our scotch bonnet peppers. Do not open the inside of this thing if you cannot handle heat. All you need is the summery flavor that the outside provides. So we're gonna throw that in there. We're gonna add in 1.5 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'm gonna stir this around. I'm going to be adding in 2 of these big sprigs of thyme in here. And then I'm just gonna restrain my tamarind juice in here. Depending on how tangy you want it, you can add some more apple cider in here, or you could just use the tamarind. I sometimes use both, sometimes I don't. I was just straining to make sure that there was no like rocks or anything that I left. And since there isn't, I'm just gonna pour that in there because the paste is pretty good. And then we're just gonna let everything simmer on really low heat. Could be for 30 minutes, 45 minutes. You just need to keep your eye on it, and we need to move it from this burner to the smaller burner. We've been letting this simmer for about 30 minutes, making sure, about 30 to 40 minutes, making sure it can coat the back of this muiko, and it just smells and looks so delicious. We're just gonna turn it off. So we've been preheating our oven. We're just gonna place it in the oven for about 35 minutes in a 190-degree oven. It's been 15 minutes. We are going to move these wings to the top so that they can get crispy on the outside, especially on the skin. It's been 35 minutes of like greatness. I made these wings a long time ago on Nancy's Insta stories. She went wild, and I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make them. We're gonna need very simple ingredients: corn flour, garlic powder, black pepper, paprika, and some salt. Everything is gonna be listed in the description box, so don't even try to come from me. Anyway, let's get into it. About 1.5 tablespoons of corn flour. We're gonna add in our garlic powder. We don't measure garlic powder. We don't. And we're gonna add in our black pepper and our paprika. Finally, we're just gonna add in salt. Remember, the salt is up to you, whatever you like. I've added a huge pinch. Mix everything properly. Just make sure all your wings are coated in well. We've gotten our oil nice and hot, and we're gonna fry this in batches. It's been 7 minutes. And I've taken out these bad boys. So apart from our tamarind sauce, we're gonna make a simple sauce. We're gonna use ketchup. You can put as much as you want. I think that was just like about 1/4 of it. We're gonna put in our mustard. And then we're finally gonna add in our honey. Depending on how sweet you want them, that's about 1 tablespoon. Just gonna mix it together. This is like the simplest sauce you could ever make, and your kids are gonna love the sauce. Trust you me, throw in your wings, boom. And you want that sound to be made when you're making when you've just taken out your wings, boom, boom. Toss these in the sauce. Just make sure they're well coated. If they're well coated, we are going to set aside before we plate. Onto the last batch, we're gonna throw in the wings. Then we're gonna add in our tamarind barbecue sauce. The rest of the barbecue sauce you can just use, you can refrigerate.
How long does it last for?
It can last for you up to a month, but like I usually like to prepare like enough barbecue sauce just to last me for like, let's say 2 weeks, because I like to keep my barbecue sauces changing. I'm gonna toss this wings in the tamarind barbecue sauce. This episode was a labor of love. This actually takes a little bit of work, especially when you gotta do 3 recipes, but I'm glad I was able to body it like how Nancy and I are gonna body these wings once this episode is over and done with. If there was anything I would change, I would have definitely salted the balsamic wings right before I coated them into the sauce, but this is the greatest wing to serve for somebody who has like a very milder, chill palate, because the sauce is their dipping sauce. the tamarind wings. They're so good. And this sauce, what do you guys want to name it? Do we want to name it the Quesadiva? Do we want to name it?
Yes, the Quesadiva sauce.
Quesadiva sauce? Is that what you guys think? Let me know down below, and make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you really enjoyed it. And let me know, which team are you supporting for World Cup? Niger to the world, oh, that's who we supporting now, eh? Niger need to carry last. My Nigerian accent is trash. I want to end this video right here so that Nancy and I can dig into these wings. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you love this video, thumbs up. If you did not, still give it a thumbs up. But anyway, if you have not subscribed, make sure to do that. Make sure to turn on the notification bell for me. Bye. Let me eat these wings. I should have been waiting for Nancy.
How are you feeling about it? Oh my god. Like, my favorite is the Quesadiva sauce. But that barbecue sauce is really good. For something that's homemade. Ah!